I woke up to this surprise snow this morning. I think unless you have big plans, these are the best ones. Granted, it's not even an inch, but I like that we're getting to see it fall, because that's the most beautiful part to me. I've been filming every day since we got the new goats to keep you guys updated, but then our power cord melted, so there's a lot of updating to do on all these goats. Good morning. Sounds of morning in the barn. I actually kept the barn door on this side shut last night because it was such a cold night. That's better. Now there's more light. Good morning, girls. I've been separating goats a little differently since we got the, oops, about got peed on. Since we got the new goats. And no, I don't keep them tied up all night. I tied them up just now, just to get the feed. Since they're in the barnyard area, it's really hard for me to get into the feed room when they're in here. The reason I have everyone separated like this is because it seemed the transition for the new goats seemed to be a little too much for them. It was very stressful. And especially for Meralda. She got very sick. Her worm load increased, which is very common when a goat is moved. She got super anemic and was very ill. So we have been treating her for that. We've been watching her nonstop. But honestly, the last couple days she has improved drastically and is doing very well. But I'm still keeping them separate so that there's just less of a stress load. But that means Livy and Coco have to stay in the main barn area to keep them separate from their babies. And anyway, that's what we have going on in the barn right now. I wanted to show you guys, I have a new lock on the feed room door. I have double protection for the goats. We haven't had any problems with the goats getting in there, but we want to avoid any problems. Goats will gorge themselves on grain, and that is really, really bad for them. I milk Lovey first in the morning. She is the hardest one to milk, so I like to milk her first. That way, if anything happens to the milk, it doesn't spoil all the milk. I can go wash the milk pail and come back down here and milk Coco. We're not actually drinking Meralda's milk right now because we dewormed her with a chemical dewormer. Her worm load was just so high that we needed to do that to get her back into optimum health. Lovey has a tendency to kind of sit down a little. When I'm milking her, it's kind of a pain. And I'm trying to figure out how to break her of that. But I always wash her udders. We wash all the way up the back of her udder. And all the way up her belly. And while I'm doing this, I actually try to get a lot of the hair out of the way. Then I dry her off really well so that the soapy water doesn't drip down into the milk pail. I bring warm soapy water and more soap down here, and I wash my hands. Get my hands good and dry. I'm going to invest in a whole bunch of washcloths and hand towels soon. I just have not been able to do it. Then I grab my milk pail, which I keep covered. I'm hoping to buy a covered milk pail very soon. Okay, I'm gonna milk Lovey now. You're gonna see it's kind of a pain in the butt. I let this hand get dirty. I keep this hand clean. This is a clean paper towel. Oh, well, she's been good on camera. That's good. Maybe I should film her every day. Usually right now she tries to sit down. Her teats are pretty small, so it can be challenging. I'm basically using my thumb and my index finger to milk her. Oh, there she goes. Don't do that. All right, girl. Thanks for all the milk. I know you don't love being milked, but you're so sweet about it. At least you don't kick me. Thank you, sweet lovey girl. Coco is a joy to milk. I love milking her. I I, of course, wash her teats, wash my hands again, and then start all over. Coco is a lot easier to milk. Her teats are actually much tougher than Lovey's, but they're much bigger, so I can actually use 2 or 3 fingers instead of just 1 or 2. Here's the beautiful milk that Miss Coco gave me. I know, everyone's ready. Here we go, yay! Winter, wrong mommy. Sometimes they do that, they go for the wrong mom. Sweet reunion. Happy little waggy tails. And as you can see, Winter, who was just budded yesterday, is totally happy and healthy and doing wonderful. Mama says I'm done. Hi, Miss Flopsy. We sure do love you. You are a wonderful auntie at night, watching all the babies. I always run the milk up. Since we're not keeping Meralda's milk right now, I dump it, but I go ahead. Woo, beautiful snowy day. I go ahead and run this milk up to the house to get it filtered. Oops. To get it filtered and chilled as quickly as possible. Beautiful. Delicious, wholesome milk for my family. And you know what else I have going on right now? Bone broth. That probably fogged up the lens. Just a second, buddy. Okay. That probably fogged up the lens, but it's just cool because I have bone broth, I have fresh milk, I have fresh eggs. I don't even have to go to the store for milk and eggs on this amazing snowy day. Back down we go to the goats. This is just my regular day, guys. Up, down, up, down. And I spent a lot of time going down to the barn to check on people, especially this past week because of Meralda being so stressed. All right, here's Meralda's food. Okay, so her milk supply almost dried up. She was giving us about half a gallon while nursing her baby. I mean, that was like the first day or two we had her, and then her milk just started to dry up. And I think it's because she's under-conditioned and she got super anemic right away when she got here. So it could be the best thing for her is to just let her milk dry up, but she looks like she's doing so much better. Her eyes are pinking up. She's gaining weight, she's eating, she seems way less stressed. So I'm gonna continue to milk her and then try to increase her milk supply as she gets healthier. I have no idea if that'll work, but I bought this goat to have milk right away and that's not what's happening. That was not my plan and I'm pretty bummed about it, but more importantly is that she trusts us and that she's healthy and safe here. She will not eat her grain unless I'm standing right here, which is a little bit of a problem, because there's a lot of other things I need to do in here and I like to kind of double task and get those things done, but she's not cool with that. She'll start crying if I walk away. You're kind of a little timid thing, aren't you? Hi. You're very sweet though. Are you looking for your mama? We should call you Loudmouth because you're a little bit loud. You're so pretty. Winter's become quite the acrobat. Taking after Rosie and Lady, jumping on Mama's back. Everyone has fresh water, fresh hay. They've been fed. Everyone's happy. Time to go take care of the chickens. Everyone's happy. The snow's not too deep, so they're all out here Being happy chickens. Eating their breakfast. There's Donald being a good goose. Happy chickens. We have had to change up their food because we ran out of the whole grains that Justin gave us. We're working on finding a local source for those whole grains, and we'll be back to whole grains and soaking grains pretty soon. For now though, they're getting a non-GMO, soy-free feed. These nest boxes are full of straw and empty, and this nest box has some straw in it and 2 chickens. They love this nest box. And I actually want to figure out why so that I can reproduce whatever's happening here to every nest box. The last thing I want to show you guys this morning is our incredible view on this amazing winter day. Even though it's not snowing much, it's a real icy snow, so the trees are just iced over. Absolutely gorgeous. And of course, I love seeing the smoke coming out of my chimney. I know some of you guys are dying to see the baby chicks. I usually check on them before I head out to do the chores. And if their food and water is fine, I go do my chores, and then we do food and water for them. It's gonna be a little hard to see in here because of it not being very bright outside, but as you can see, they have outgrown this brooder. They are ready for a new brooder. I put a screen and a blanket on here to keep them in. We've built a new brooder, but it's too cold to put them out in it the next couple days. So they just need to hang tight a couple more days. We're trying to keep them very happy, low stressed, and healthy. If the weather continues, then we will just figure out a way to get them outside into their new brooder and probably get a second heat lamp and just keep them extra cozy and warm out there. And I have to say, I'm ready to get them out of my storage room because chicken dust from them scratching at the wood chips and the pine shavings is no joke to clean up. Even though it's a snow day and probably around here schools are closed, we don't close school for snow days. We close school for warm, sunny days in the winter. You ready to get chores done and get school done?
We're playing in the snow!
You want to play in the snow?
Is snowman snow?
It's snowman snow. Well, it's gonna have to snow a lot more, but if it snows all day, there may just be enough. But first, you need to feed the dog and cats, make your bed, get dressed, wash the dishes,
And eat my peanut butter.
and eat your peanut butter. It's another great morning on the homestead this morning. I'm feeling great about Meralda's progress and Moonbeam's progress. I'm feeling not so great about the milk situation, but I'm just gonna have to be patient. I purposely bought a doe and milk that was a good heavy milker so we could have milk now. And there's nothing wrong with that plan, except that unfortunately I bought a goat that had a heavy worm load, and now I know. When I look at the FAMACHA, I need to listen to that. I thought, oh, no big deal, I'll just worm her and it'll be fine. But I have learned my lesson. However, I'm still very pleased with her and her daughters, but lessons have been learned. See you guys tomorrow.